Evening, everybody. I hope we find everyone fine, dandy, well, healthy, and otherwise good. Excuse the bright sunlight coming back door, but hey. Hello, Jen. Hi, Sandy. Hope everyone, as I say, is doing well. Trundle. See who else we got. Hi, Alex. Hey, Chewy. Yeah, every day's metal day, Chewy. There's always time for metal. Actually, hello, Moonstone Worldwide Tropical, Sean, Rodders. How is everyone today? I hope everyone is faring well. Getting through this whole COVID thing. As you can see, I'm rocking the COVID hair. Not that, I mean, I'm not complaining because to me that's short hair. Not like some people are freaking out when their hair's half an inch long. Hey, Derek, thank you very much for the super sticker, Mandy. Hey, Scotty, and hi, Paige. Mwah. Hey, shrimping around. Hello, everybody. Oh, thank you, Jen. Yeah, that's the main thing that has happened. Corona cut. Yeah. Actually, I'm not getting too far off a Rachel O'Leary do myself. Actually, that would be ironic, wouldn't it? I haven't got the tattoos or the knowledge though, so I can't pull it off. Shrimp talk. Yep. Yeah. So the biggest news of the week on Planet Sharpie, in Sharpie's world. Oh, James, Fisherman Fever. Yes, lots of waffles. Mohawk. I did used to have a mohawk when I had enough hair. But yes, rest in peace, mine and Zach's good little buddy, Norman, the blue and red rose tail better. He passed Sunday evening, unfortunately. So it's been a sad week. Hi, Callum, how you doing? Welcome aboard. And Sherryfish, hello. And anyone I've missed. Yeah, so we start, and Amano Shrimp, hello. So yes, we started the week on a big downer, really. Not ashamed to admit, there were tears on Sunday. There were pretty much tears every day, I think. Was it Friday I put the video up? Yeah, it was Friday I did the video, put that up. And thanks to everyone who took time to watch and leave some absolutely lovely comments on that. I'm not going to lie, every single one of them brought out more sob time. Hello, Dave. How's it going, Sprue Glue? Oh, dang. Norman, my better Rosetail, died. No idea why. He wasn't showing any signs of illness, injury. There wasn't anything wrong. He was feeding fine, being his normal self. I'll say it was a Sunday, so I fed him just before my stream. He was his normal self. Finished my stream, sat down in the armchair, looked over at the tank, see him laying there at the bottom, like he did sometimes. He'd either lay flat on his side or nose down or bum down, or he'd sleep in some weird positions. So I just thought he was asleep. Half hour later, he was still there. So I'd walk over to the tank. He'd normally get up and come and say hello. He didn't move, and yes, unfortunately, he was an ex-Norman. But he's now buried in the garden with a little cross. I said some words. Zach said some meows. Zach's missing him as much as I am. But yeah, But he wouldn't have wanted me to be sad and upset too long anyway. So trying to put that behind me. There's been no tears today, so I'll try and keep it that way. Thinking of not a replacement, because you can't replace the best better ever. Another better to go in that tank. I will probably have to pull all the shrimp out of there first, because I'm pretty sure if I buy another one, it's not going to be friendly. Like any fish or whatever, some are friendly, chilled, lovely. Some are evil, psychotic bastards. So just to play it safe, I'll pull the shrimp out. I mean, it's only a 3.5 gallon tank, but you know, there's 100+ cherry shrimp in there. Slightly overstocked, but hey, these things happen. Hey Rich, Uncle Bulgaria, how are you? I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Haven't seen you for a while. And I hope Karen's doing well too. So yeah, that's that. No new births, no other deaths. One of my glow light Danios is doing a bit weird at the moment, but hey, it's kind of gone really dark patches and really white patches, just overall color, but it's absolutely fine. Feeding, zooming around with the rest of them. So whether I don't know what's going on there. Seems perfectly healthy in itself. It's just changed color somehow. But you know, I'll keep a close eye on it. If anything seems to be out of the ordinary, I'll hoik it out of there. I'll say out of the ordinary. The color changes out of the ordinary, but fins aren't clamped up. It's zooming about with the rest of them. Feeding away like crazy. So yeah, that's that. Modeling wise, I've actually done some modeling this week. I got the King George V in primer, built and primed the 2 Dreadblade Harrows, which are basically skeleton-y, undead-y cavalry. But there's no marriages, I'm afraid, Rodders. As I say, no new breeding, so what do you need to use as dirt to start a planted tank? Now, the thing with that, Rich, is I've got a basic understanding of what to use, but I'll give you the best person, or the person with the best videos and the best understanding would be if you look up Father Fish on YouTube. He's actually live after me, so when I finish at 8 o'clock my time in a little under 2 hours, he will be on live, and you can ask him questions, or he'll give you the links to the videos to watch. And James, Fisher and Fever, has set up a tank using the Father Fish method, which I think is going quite well, isn't it, James? It was the last time I heard. Sorry, I've been missing your live streams lately, but not finishing work until 11 o'clock at night means I'm not necessarily awake very early. Yep, that's the one, Rich. Father Fish. Tell him Sharpie sent you. And yeah, he's got all the videos on dirty tanks. Either that or just hang around in various fish tube live streams and you'll pick up all the knowledge you need to know. As Chewy says, it's guaranteed to work. And look at that. You see, wonderful moderators. Zen Ginger there with links for you, Rich. So you can click on them and go find what Father Fish says. You see? You find the person who's got the knowledge and you go to them. You don't try and fake it. Well, nah, sometimes I do. Anyone who's seen my modelling knows I fake it an awful lot. This from the guy who just painted a panther tank bright pink, just to upset people. But I did get some bits in this week, not modelling related, fishy related. I used the money I got for my birthday. Oh, stretch down. So we got some more of the brine shrimp and salt premix, which I find does really well for me anyway, in the little hobby breeder I've got up on the top there. Another bog standard 50-watt heater, quartz one, so shouldn't. Am I planning to put the shit in the tank behind me? No, I'm not, Sprue Glue. Simply because everything I'm using on it is probably toxic to fish. So that's those. Got another one of the, you can't really see anything, little Kambani PAs air pumps. I really like these ones because they are basically silent. You just hear the air bubbles. These are all so I can set up my quarantine tank again once I start being able to get new fish. And then I couldn't resist, so I needed a filter for it. Hello, Kay. Good to have you here. Hello, Ro. Good to have you here as well. I hope everything's going well in your fish rooms. But I got like the world's cutest little sponge filter. Teeny tiny thing. I saw that. I thought that is just super cute. I'm going to have to get that. And I know that isn't going to filter hardly anything, but it's only going in an 8-litre tank. So, yeah, 8 litres or 2 gallon, which is the size of my quarantine. I could use super glue, Mandy, but it'd be an absolute pig. And there's the problems with all the sharp bits, pokey outy bits, and actually finding aquarium safe paint in the right colours. I know I'm not normally one for making sure all the colours are right, but yeah, it's yes, plus I think it'd probably look, to me at least, my taste wise, it would look quite tacky. I'm not saying I haven't thought of it. If I do put a model in a tank, though, it'll probably be a Cthulhu, and just have it like peeking out from behind a rock or something, so you can just see it from certain angles. Welcome aboard, Pat. Good to see you back, friend. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm there now. So the only problem is that tank is basically in my eye line when I'm sitting in my armchair. So if I'm watching TV and I look even slightly to the side, I see that tank, and it just looks empty without him in it, basically. It's like it's still got the narrow snails, it's still got all the shrimp in there, but hasn't got that big old lump of bright blue Norman in there. But hey. And then obviously I'll have to think of a name for the new better. If I go for a female, I might call her Norma. I've got the eyesore parts and moss. Yeah, yeah, it's something I could do, I suppose, but we shall see. Oh, we've got a little spider climbing up the wall. That'll probably end up in a tank very shortly on its own. The shops are opening here now, Pat, obviously with social distancing. So you go in the door, you go around in a certain route, and provided till I'm out again. My problems are I don't drive, which is a bummer, but hey, it's just the way it is. So most of the local fish shops I can't get to because I don't drive, and the ones I can get there because I have to use the bus, and I really don't really want to be getting on public transport if I can help it at the moment. No, Mandy, I don't drive. I lost my bike license many years ago, motorbike license, and I just never really got around to doing a car license. Plus, with my knees being the way they are, I can't guarantee my ability to do an emergency stop without dislocating a knee or a hip. And if my knee pops when I'm putting that much pressure on it, I ain't going to stop. So it's kind of a safety thing as well. I wouldn't want to accidentally kill someone because my knees aren't up to pressing the brake pedal hard enough. So I'll say it would be Norma probably for a female better, and I think possibly this one only my modelling friends would get. As if I got another male, I might call it Denison. It had to have a white patch on its head though for that, I think, which is originally why Norman got that name, because he looked like he was bald. He didn't have any colour on the top of his head. Nimron. That's one way of going. If I got a red and blue rather than a blue and red, but I'm going to try and avoid those colours. No, Richard, females will have the same colours as the males. They just have smaller fins, which is why the females normally do better. Is because the males, the way they're bred to have the huge fins, it's all that extra to drag around. They can struggle with the basically the extra drag and the extra weight of the finnage. Roxanne. Oh dear. New cichlids are the bubbies. The baby epistogrammas are doing well, thank you. Okay. They're actually currently chasing around baby brine shrimp, munching away. Temper Tom, hello. Mowed all the yards yesterday. Changing oil, sharpened blades, and doing water changes. Yeah. If you get a chance, you can come around and do my gardens as well. It's kind of starting to look a bit like a hay meadow. Pretty much any time I've had a day or so off work lately, it's piddled down with rain the day before, so I haven't been able to do it. I've got 2 days off this week though. First time in 7 weeks I've had 2 days off in a week. So with fingers crossed, you can't see it, but toes crossed as well. I might be able to get that cut this week as well. Some strains of fancy guppies. Yeah, that was my thing as well, Pat. If you give them more work to do, they get buffer and stronger. And I'll say there's some in there. Some of the guppies in there have got pretty hefty sails, and they've got quite a lot of flow going in there. So the ones that are born in there normally do quite well, but the ones that I've bought, we've got a few. How can I say it? Spines that do that. Well, there's always the one in there with the S-shaped spine as well. She's got to be the ugliest guppy you've ever seen, but she gives birth every 4 weeks. She keeps ploughing on. Got to be what? I've had her. Got to be 18 months, so she's probably getting on with 2 years old now. Red lighting. Oh yeah, I've seen Dan's red lighting. Yes. Yes, Roxanne, yes. I just haven't seen the live show for a few weeks, obviously, because I've been working. And it's, while I can watch other people's fish streams after the fact, I really struggle watching the modelling live show after the fact. Because I'm going, oh, I could have got that joke. I would have made that joke. And yeah. Okay, some blackmail betters. Yeah. Oh, she's ropey as hell, Pat. Let me see if I can find her with the camera. Well, how she's still alive, I don't know. Who won the fridge? Hello, Leah. Yeah. You can win a guppy if you like, Leah. See if I can find her with the camera. She normally comes up to the front. Oh, there she is. Somewhere. There you go. The one with almost no tail that's orange and a massively S-shaped spine. Oh. There we go. I'm surprised she doesn't die before she reaches the other side of the tank, to be honest. Yeah, it's one of those things where you'd think, I should put her down. I should euthanize her. But she keeps going. She's been like that for the best part of a year. Oh, hey, Dee. Why do fish have such strange names? Generally because it's either from the scientific name, which would be Latin or Greek, or as most of the ones we keep are tropical, it will be taken from their tropical name, which is probably what they would get called in their country. And that's been, how can I put it, not mistranslated, but mispronounced into English. I could always talk about Poecilia reticulata. Is that the one for guppies? Or what else have we got? We've got some Xiphophorus maculatus in there as well. Like and subscribe, nerds. Yeah, we're all nerds here. Whether we're fish nerds, model nerds, metal nerds, or just general nerds. Or paranormal nerds, like Scott, Alien World. That is the good thing about being as old as me, Pat, is I actually did a year of Latin at school. So I have a bit of an advantage. Yeah, and old farts like Rich. Or Uncle Bulgaria, as I normally call him. Or Methuselah's dad. He knows it's said with love. Yeah, nothing wrong with just being a nerd. I forget who it was who said it, but that's because the Harry Potter spells are in Pidgin Latin. Yeah, youngsters only nerd in our free time. Yeah, I got to nerd at school. Yeah, I can still remember most, if not all, of the local freshwater fish's Latin names, and I never had any reason to need to know them. I just decided to learn them one day when I was bored. And the only reason I know that the spells like that sound like that from Harry Potter is from a Russell Howard joke. Because I've never read and I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. And I never will. So yeah, there we go. Trying to think what else has been happening this week. Not a huge amount. It's mainly been work, unfortunately. Work and trying to sleep. But given that it is wonderful and warm and sunny, that means Sharpie can't breathe at night. So he wakes himself up wheezing. Oh, the joys of hay fever. Although I am currently running on a theory that because I've got hay fever and my nose is pretty much permanently bunged up, and because I drink lots of highly acidic drinks, still not sponsored, I'm wondering whether the COVID germs can't get up my nose because it's too blocked already, or whether the amount of acid going through my system is killing them. Then any that get into my lungs get smoked out. So that's rainbow trout is Oncorhynchus micus. Yeah, the rainbow trout. Did you know that the zander, or the pike perch, or the walleye, I think the Americans call it, is the Stitzostedion lucioperca? There we go. And the easiest one to remember, obviously, being Cyprinus carpio, which is why they're called carp. Rose actually talking fishes. No worries, Rich. Good to have you aboard, buddy. I hope you're all doing well over your way. And get that Dora finish. Barbel. Oh, geez. Barbel is this is a roach. It's not something silly like Barbus barbus, is it? Zanders, pike perch, stunning fish, or vampire fish as they sometimes get called because they got the two big fangs at the front. Yeah. Yes. Extra in a Crash Test Dummies video. Now that's cool. They had more than one song. I think the only Crash Test Dummies song that made it over here was quite a cool tune. Oh boy, actually, I also have a question for Sean, being our general shell dweller expert. Although he wouldn't say he's an expert, he knows more than I do, so I ask him, what would be, or is there a suitable tank mate for Maltese? If you can think of any, Sean, and would nerite snails be okay in there? Because the tank does get quite a lot of natural light, and the nerites do a really good job of keeping the algae off. Yeah. Good girl, Ro. Let's just stay on the right side of the law if you can. If you do everything right, then no one can. If you've got paperwork, show these are legal, and you don't get done for anything. Twix goes well with malt. Okay, then, Spruglo, here we go. What goes well with Neolamprologus multifasciatus? That's why we call them Maltese. Yeah, it's the 15-gallon flex, Sean. So I was thinking in a small colony, I'll start out with maybe half a dozen multis. And then I'm guessing it's got to be someone that lives near the top of the tank. Pleco probably wouldn't go down very well. Yo, how's it going, Hank? It is kind of tempting to put some MT Malaysian trumpet snails, just so I can see multis picking them up and carrying them around like little bugles or trumpets. Just see you later, James. Thank you very much for dropping in. Catch yourself a little fish from fever. That was cheesy, but hey, there you go. Feel free to steal that, James. I thought they were going to change it to rusty starfish, be more accurate. Yes. So that's pretty much up to date with what I've been up to. So then it's just thinking of what new fisheries I can get myself moving forwards. Now cover your ears, Pat, because you might not want to hear this. Thinking possibly clearing out the guppies from in here. Oh, did I miss? If I missed saying hi to you, Cheryl, hi. Not ignoring you. Under the hood. Have fun, Tom, and don't crack your knuckles with the wrench or drop the blade on your fingers. They both hurt, trust me. Quite possibly. Yeah, so I know I need guppies in my life. I will keep a few at least, purely to either cycle tanks or tubs, or keep the cycle running in a tank or a tub. Is moving forwards. So once I clear out the adult crebensis, I'll have a 10-gallon tub that's basically empty, and I'd like to keep the cycle running in it. So I'll do what I normally do, just dump a few guppies in there and let them do their thing. So I'll keep a few of them around at least. And so MTS are good. Righty, I'll bear that in mind if I find that just the trumpet shellies don't quite do it for me, then I might stick either a few endlers or such in there. Endlers do tend to stay higher up in the water, and they will soon run away from an angry shell dweller. It could also be a good place to put guppy fry, if I get any. Not that I do very often. Well, they get born. I don't get to see them usually. Although now we don't have big rainbow fish in here. The only things in there that probably eat them are Pam and the big butterfly cichlid. Yeah, I'll say it's I'm not saying I'm getting bored with certain fish, but I do like to have them breeding. I know I didn't make any mention of what happened to Mr. Crib. It's good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. And I thoroughly agree with the stuff you've been putting up on Facebook lately. It does make a whole lot of sense. Cyprichromis leptosoma. Cyprichromis. Hang on. Where's a pen? I need a pen if I'm going to write, because there ain't no way I'm remembering that. So it shows how organised I am. Here's the list of things I wrote down to talk about. Cyprichromis leptosoma. There we go. I can have a look at that and do a bit of research. Yeah, so it's DNA, that'd be Melvin. Hello, welcome aboard. Depends on the aggression of the multis. Yeah, as nasty as it may sound, I wouldn't be overly worried about a guppy getting deadified. I'd be personally more worried about the shell dwellers. Yeah, I think everyone in here, even the people who don't keep fish, if they had guppies, could easily make more guppies. Hope it's all going well for you, Melvin, at the moment. Yeah, so there's that. Then I'll say there is going to be a shift and a move about. So there will be the other 15-gallon flex. Possibly will just have Bertie and Spotty, the breeding pair of bristle noses, in it. So then it's looking at something that can go in there. That's cool. Not going to bug the bristle noses. Not going to get too big, obviously, for a 15-gallon flex. Hopefully breed. Evening punch, how the devil are you? So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And then, as I say, the butterfly cichlids will be going. Struggle to look after one cat around a bit. Yeah, it's when you got one fish tank, it's easy, or two. And if nothing's breeding, it's easy. When you're up to like 10, I've got running at the moment. Not a cull, a sell on punch, a move on. Only cull them when they need to be culled, i.e. they're on the way out and you're relieving the suffering, as it were. Yeah, move a few things about into different tanks and make some space, and then see what else I can get. And maybe something that will breed. Bear in mind, I'm pretty new at this, so kind of one of those things where it's going to have to do it all itself. But as I say, I've got the 7 display tanks at the moment and 3 grow out tubs, which are a bucket and 2 plastic tote bins, 2 of which are full of bristlenose plecos and 1 which is full of crebensis. And every time I get rid of some crebensis, I find more in there, and they keep surviving. Right, no, never mind you, I might get a bit more money if I'm selling off a confirmed breeding pair. So yeah, we might get lucky there. Not that I need, I'll say not that I need the extra money at the moment, but no, extra money is always good. And as I say regularly, I see all you guys like Ro and Lucas and Dan and everyone in the States that's selling fish, and I see all your absolutely stunning and gorgeous fish, and ones that I can't necessarily get, and then I still can't get them because different continent. And at least 6 weeks after the Maltese. Yeah, let the Maltese get all settled in and sorted and hunkered down and happy, perhaps breeding before you add anything else. Yeah, makes sense. I say my normal go-to is to add the predatory fish or the carnivorous fish last, so everything else has is settled, knows where the hidey holes are. Then the predatory fish is new and goes, oh, what do I do? Oh, hang on, we might get a special guest. Come on, you. Come on. Oh, yeah. Always good to have more coffee, Pam. Come on. Is the door not quite wide enough open for you? Hold on. Come on in. Get off, Floof. Come on. Have a say hello to the peeps. You got your fan club here. Come on. Here you go. Oh. Here he is. Here's my bestest bud. My little floofy friend. Wave. Hello. There we go. Now I really feel like Blofeld. Yeah. And now I'm absolutely covered in white fluff. And if you hear the sound of a bell going ding, 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 that's because he's playing with his catnip sock. But the sparrows might drown him out. Oh, yeah. Sending the best wishes and everything, Pam. Val, etc. Yeah, water hysteria, got the grass, the float park, some of the light, they'll settle in faster. No wisteria, because we can't get that in the UK. Invasive survives in our waterways and blocks them all up. They have, so I've got plenty of Val, and I can use Salvinia on the top if I need to. Sean, got plenty of that. Yeah, or I'll say it's a flex. I can just turn the lights down anyway. That's not a problem. Does the cat ever try and get the fish? Nope, he looks after them. Sprue glue. When I'm doing water changes, he will sit there by the bucket, staring into it. And if I suck up a baby fish, which has happened in the past accidentally, I have one go up the siphon into the bucket. He sits there and meows at me until I catch the baby fish out of the bucket and put it back in the tank. Yeah, he's just, I mean, he's sat there right now staring at Norman's tank, wondering where his little buddy's gone. He was with me when we buried him. He said a few meows, so I don't think it's quite twigged yet for him. Bless him. They were very good friends. They did play with each other. Zach would put his paw up on the tank and Norman would go swim to the paw, and then Zach would move his paw or put the other one up and Norman would go. So yeah. And Zach would sit there and meow and Norman would swim back and forwards and show off his fins and a bit of a flare occasionally. One day Norman was a bit grumpy and gave Zach a full-on flare, and Zach, bless him, came over to see me because he was wondering what he'd done to upset his friend. But yeah, he was a very special better. Yeah, just turn the light down. Yeah, so all I'll have in the, I'll stick some Val in, but I'll stick it in a pot as well, Sean, just to make sure they don't dig it up. But yeah, just turn the light down. No, completely different meow. It was a hello meow. The same hello meow that I get. There are many different meows. I've got used to all of them. We have a good conversation going some days. So, yeah. Don't we? Hey, little buddy. Come on. Come back. There you are. Come on. Up you get. Hey. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Hope you're all well. Oh, we got full on purrage going on there. I've not had a chance to yet, Chewy. It's on my list of stuff to do, but that list seems to be getting longer rather than shorter lately. I do have a week off in a couple of weeks, so hopefully I can catch up then. Come on then. Come on, big boy. You're pawing at the floor like you want snuggles. Come on. Don't be shy. Hey. It being awkward. Yeah, they do. They have. I mean, he even has different meows for how badly he needs to go to the toilet. Didn't you? Hey, come on. Oh, that's it. You want belly rub? Is that what it is? And he's back off out again. Oh, he's gone and sat by where Norman's buried. Yeah, he does. He's got the. I mean, there's the hello meow. Normally, when he sticks his head in the door, if I haven't spotted him. There's the oi, where are you meow, which is when he comes in and he can't see me because I'm upstairs or something. And there's the human, I need a wee meow. The human, I really need a wee meow. Yeah, there's the FU meow. There's the human, I'm scared. The human, I need some help. Human, I hurt myself. Please take me to the vet, meow. You don't want to hear that one. That's really pathetic. Models, aquatics, and felines. Yeah, and ghosts. Because Zach's scared of the ghost as well. Yeah, the thing most people don't believe or realise, he's not actually my cat. I'm his human. He decided to adopt me rather than the other way around. He still goes back next door for his food and what have you. Yeah, allergic to cats. There is that. I mean, I'm allergic to work. I break out in yawns and boredom, but there we go. That is one other thing I've been doing this week. I have been researching, loosest terms of the word, various haunted places local to me that I could go to and maybe do investigating. See if I can hear, see, feel, experience anything. Maybe move my shadow person on. Zach just pulled the back door curtain closed. Thank you very much, Melvin. I do try. I'm not the light off in this one at the moment because it's getting light from the back door. So with the actual tank light on as well, it does grow algae rather well. Yeah, get your hair chopped. So that's the thing. I think it's because I'm used to having really long hair. You know, it getting like this isn't a bother to me. Just run my hand through it or stick a hat on. Maybe comb it if I'm fit, if I've got extra time to get ready. So it was up till what? Maybe 5 years ago, the shortest it ever got was sort of shoulder length down here somewhere. And it got way longer than that at times. There were times when I had to go like that before I sat down, so I didn't sit on it. But yeah, that's the thing I'm finding. I don't know whether it's because of Norman this week, but I haven't slept well at all this week. This is me purely running on vast amounts of energy drink. Vast amounts of caffeine and sugar. Do I think I've ever seen a ghost? No, I know I've seen paranormal entities. Let's put it that way. Well, no, I have seen ghosts. I have a shadow person, entity, whatever you want to call it, here at the moment. Saw it again this morning, actually. A house I lived in when I was younger, what, 11, 10, 11, something like that had poltergeist and a shadow, a shadow person, literally, that you would see regularly, and unexplained cold spots. I've felt a really malignant, evil presence in a barn that used to be an old World War II Nissen hut from a prisoner of war camp, actually. And there's and I can't remember whether we saw anything, whether it was just a feeling, we heard something. That was down in the air raid shelters in Stortford. I've seen Black Shuck, and I've seen the monk in Wyndham Abbey. So, yeah, I've seen, yeah. It's just how I've had a wide variety of interests in my life, Spruker. There aren't a huge amount of subjects that I know nothing about. I tend to find a new thing that piques my interest and then just go full bore nuts into it. That wasn't meant to sound perverse. Until I've learned enough, or I start losing interest, then I move on to the next subject and the next subject, or the next hobby, or when it's fishing, radio control, suspension design, naval history. I saw Black Shuck it was Wyndham, Silfield gravel pits. Would have been back 1988. No, let's go 1986 or 7, I think. There were three of us. We all saw it. We saw the gigantic black dog at the top of the hill. The ground was wet and muddy. We did a runner. We came back the next day. It hadn't rained since, and there were no footprints at the top of the hill, and it was just pure mud. There weren't grass or anything. So that's how we know it wasn't just a big Labrador or big Alsatian or something. Yeah, I just like to keep my brain active, and no offence to the job I've done, working in a shop or a warehouse or doesn't take me very long to get no, you're not upsetting anyone, Spruby. But yeah, peace out and enjoy your dinner anyway. We're a fairly chilled bunch here. These guys are used to me, so don't worry about it. Black Shuck's pure legend. Yeah, I've seen Shuck. I've never seen Nessie. No, it's one of them things. Is you don't. I hate using the quotation marks, but you don't believe in these kind of things until you experience it, and then you go, "Oh." You get the experience that you can't put down to a trick of the light or a random creak in the house or something at night. Much as I enjoy screwdrivers through the wheel filter, yeah, that'll work. That's all. If they're jammed on there, just stab it with a screwdriver and twist. Yeah, so if you get the experience, it's just like, yeah, okay. I have no choice but to believe. So you just have to go to somewhere like Dachau or Belsen or any of those concentration camps. And as soon as you pass through the gates, you can feel the change in the atmosphere. Or anywhere like that. Old hospitals as well, you can feel the change. Now, is that a ghost? Is that a dead person roaming around going, "Ooh"? No. That's just, I think the current generally accepted belief or theory is the actual walls, the bricks, the stone take on a memory of some description somehow. It gets recorded into the place and it just stays there. Howdy, Dan. Lurk away. It's the Fae trying to scare you. Now, so, do I believe it is dead people coming back and going, "Woo"? No. I'm more on the lines of it's probably something interdimensional. Now, when we die, do our spirit, soul, our electrical impulses from the brain, the energy, do they transfer to another dimension? Who knows? But yeah, so we can't hear the whale song, and there's things now out of our visual range, out of our audible range. And I'm sure many, many, many years ago, then we probably had stronger Stronger sort of sixth sense, I guess, would be the. You can just sense something's wrong. It's like something's saying, you don't go down that path in the woods, so you don't go down it. If you went, if you went there and didn't know about all the things that happened, would you feel the same? I think you would notice a difference in the vibe. In this case, as we lost our connection with nature. Now, I've spent a lot of time in nature. I'm not talking like hiking through the wilderness or anything. I spent a lot of time like fishing, sat by a river or a lake, or just outside, quiet on my own. I enjoy it. Always going for a walk. So, especially I like to go for a walk at night without a torch because I'm weird. And rely on my ears more than my eyes. Exactly, Kay. We can look at our fish and tell by their behaviour whether there's something wrong, and not something as simple as are they at the surface gasping for oxygen. Yes, Tom, I did used to do a lot of fishing. More in tune with the spirits of the land, or see you later, Pat. Enjoy your dinner and your learning. Always good to learn. Thank you very much, Pat. You're welcome. I'll see you again next week, hopefully. Welcome back, Ro. Yeah, let's say I'm open to what the unexplained or the paranormal might be. I know there's something. I know something to it. But it's really difficult to prove it. And pretty much any proof that anyone gets is easily faked. And there is so much fake out there that you can't trust anything that might be real. The phase spirits. So, I mean, it's that basic understanding of the behaviour of my fishes. I'm getting messages from Dan Keeping Fish. No worries, Dan. Thanks for tuning in. If you're still braving it, if your YouTube's playing silly buggers with you, I'll say that we get to understand. Just watching our fish to see whether they're happy, healthy, whatever. Which is why I'm not overly worried by the glow light banyo that's changed colours. It's behaving perfectly normally. It's in with the shoal. It's not being pushed out or bullied or picked on. Fish are sometimes smarter than man, true. Even some of the people that I've experienced lately, I've got a funny feeling my cigarette is more intelligent. Certainly a brighter spark. Yeah, friendly spirits, exactly. In my experience, most are. There's very few. And obviously you watch the shows, they go on about the negative and demonic, and because that's what gets the viewers going, yeah, I'm getting a good positive vibe from this place. It's haunted. Yeah, there's the occasional footstep, or there's never anything negative. No, that's not going to get viewers. Oh my God, there's a demon, it scratched me. That gets viewers. But yeah, I do highly recommend walking in the countryside at night without using a light. Starlit and moonlit night, preferably, if you're not used to it. I wouldn't recommend cloudy, pitch black, can't see a thing. But I also have spent a lot of my time in low light conditions, so I've got pretty good night vision. to the point where I have to be careful about which alarm clock I get, because if the light LED on it is too bright, it keeps me awake. Yes, I can see by the light coming off the LEDs on my alarm clock. LED, yeah. What are you doing up there, eh? You having a rest, or are you playing silly beggars? Not having a rest. Yep. Spirits of your mum and dad. So that was my first experience when I was 5 or 6, was seeing my great grandma after her funeral. Now, do I believe that my great grandma came back from the dead, or was it my brain conjuring something? A bit of both, I don't know. I know what I saw. Yeah, Tom. And I used to float fish at night as well. Yeah. Yeah. When you get to the point when you're feeling for bites, by when the rod gets pulled out of the rod rest, rather than, yeah, never trust a cat, they can see you the wrong way. Yeah. I would trust Zach, but I think he would probably steer me into a puddle given the chance, just for a laugh. It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean, I would be up before dawn to go fishing, or I would get there evening time. They were my preferred times because it was quieter. There were less people around. Nature was going about its business more naturally. Yeah, that's definitely your dad then, Ro. Yeah. As you say, it's happening, but there's nothing to be scared about. I think a lot of people are scared of the paranormal. None of us understand it, so yeah, that's a given. But we're all brought up that ghosts are scary. All these things are scary things now. Horror movies, even kiddies' TV series. So someone experiences something, they find it frightening. Oh, pardon me. Whereas when you've had experience in the past, like my shadow person, it's just there. Doesn't bother me, doesn't scare me, doesn't do anything. It's just, oh, excuse me, hiccups and burps. And they are people buying bicycles everywhere. 2 Walmarts and no more than 5 each, nothing the size I wanted. Possibly. I know with the lockdown in the UK, with the gyms being shut as well, a lot more people are out jogging, walking, and cycling. So that could explain it. I do need to get a new bike. Mine's had it. Only scary thing for Jen is what's eating your vegetable garden. Are we thinking slugs, snails, birds, or small furries, Jen? Yeah, that is the other thing. If the bits are coming from China, you're probably not getting anything. Yeah, if it's all imported from China, you won't be getting new bikes in anytime soon. Have I investigated who my shadow person is? I haven't, no. I suppose I could try an EVP session, but it's just there. It's just part of everyday life now. So, I see it. Or I don't see it. I mean, I did get one picture, just. You can kind of just about see it. But now It's not that classic seeing the ghostly figure on the staircase. It's literally a bit of a shadow at the top of the stairs that shouldn't be there. Sasquatch eating the veg. Yeah, but they normally leave presents as well. If they're taking your food, they normally leave you a gift of some description, apparently. Tiny bites of the radishes, rips up the sunflowers. I'm guessing some kind of rodent, and probably Jen. Probably either some kind of mouse, vole, or shrew. Rather than anything bigger. Could be an insect, I suppose. Yeah, chipmunk, if you got them. You see, I'm not completely au fait with what wildlife you'd have in your part of the world. Cayenne pepper works. Are you near to a zoo, Jen? Yeah, it can be a rat or a slug. Because if it was a furry, if you're near to a zoo, then you can get some big cat manure and spread some of that about. That will scare off pretty much anything. That's one of the tricks around here. If you want cats to stay out of your garden, you go to the local zoo, ban them. You get a bucket of lion poop or tiger poop. You spread it about your garden, and none of the local cats will go anywhere near it. So that definitely works for cats anyway. And anything that is prey for cats, yeah, I would have thought it'd probably work as well. I mean, when I first redid my garden, which needs redoing again, it was a complete strip back to the soil and redo. I got some cat deterrent stakes that you put in where you planted your flowers and stuff, grass, what have you. And apparently they're supposed to repel cats. Well, that was around about the time me and Zach started making friends. I came downstairs in the morning, I looked out the back door, and there he was, laid there, curled around one of the cat deterrent stakes. I was like, yeah. They work then. And they kept the other cats out, but whether that was just him using my garden rather than the deterrent stakes, I don't know. I've known about that for decades, Kay. That's not from Tiger King. I haven't watched that either. From what I hear, it's basically car crash TV, and I'd just rather watch car crashes. Russian dash cam footage is very funny to watch if you're that cruel and evil. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with Zach. He's not normal. Because I mean, like you see him with me, and he's big, soft, floofy monster. Same with anyone else, he'll try and claw them and bite them, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Zach thinks he's a dog. No, Zach thinks he's a human. Basically, that's what it is. Actually, he doesn't. He knows he's a cat. He just thinks he's better. Well, he is better than everyone else. He's a. So he doesn't do well when he loses a fight. Bless him. He normally wins them, but of late he's getting older now. I think he's 14 or 15 now. So if there are younger, large cats around, there was one that he lost a few fights to recently in the last year, and he didn't like that. I think that was moved away now because He's a much happier little dude these days. Let's see. So maybe that's smoking around. He used to enjoy sniffing the old ones I used to roll. It had a similar effect on him that catnip does. He'd sit there, he'd roll one up, he'd spark it up, he'd come a hop in my lap. He'd sit there going, and he'd hop down, go stagger off over the other side of the room and collapse in a heap and fall asleep for a few hours. Yeah, stoned cat. It's when he scares the crap out of me, though. Oh dear, excuse me. Oh, hello, Starling. There's a starling sitting by the back door looking in at me. I don't know if you can hear all the birdies. Yeah, they just get stoned and fall asleep, Michael. It's pretty much the same effect it has on the human. And one of my friend's cats, if you were passing the smoke around, it would hop from one lap to the next and follow the smoke around the room. Yeah, so it's not that you're trying to get it stoned. It's doing it itself. Yeah, Zachary eats a lot anyway, so I don't think I'd notice. And those treat sticks, you get treat chew sticks that are supposed to last quite a while. It goes, nom, nom, nom. It's gone in about 30 seconds. Yeah, it's. I think he's been watching me eat. That's the problem, and he eats at the same speed I do. He doesn't necessarily chew very much. Hails. But he does make good, happy, munchy noises, and then comes and has a sleep with me afterwards, usually. It's when I wake up from a nap on the sofa and I was like opening my eyes and there's this big white face just there staring at me. Yeah, Uncle's dog got into an edible. So, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, he does like lasagna. I've not tried him on coffee yet. I don't particularly want to give a cat caffeine. But he does like lasagna. He likes cream cakes. He likes mayonnaise. Loves bacon and chicken and stuffing. Well, I have to be careful. I try not to give him stuffing now because that has a bit of an effect. Apparently, it gets rather whiffy afterwards. Yeah, but that's John without an H. And I haven't got a dog called Odie either. Yes, I remember the Garfield cartoons. Ooh. Oh dear. Feeling as gaseous, yes, definitely. Yeah. Not good when he decides to lay down with his bum towards your face and you feel a warm draft. I'm just glad I can't smell it. Normal. Yep, Normal was a boy. He was a very, very pretty little boy. Yeah, cool. That takes me back. Reading Garfield, would that be the early 90s? Way back when the dog lets one go. Yeah, I still can't smell them, so as long as I don't feel the warm breeze and I can't taste them, I'm okay. But yeah, don't give a cat stuffing and don't give a dog sprouts. That's the general rule of thumb. Can you tell I've drunk? What since? Can you tell in the last 5 hours I've drunk like nearly a litre of energy drink and I'm still nearly falling asleep? And half a litre of Coke. Or 2 pints of energy drink and a pint of Coke. Oh, damn, Nathan. Yeah. Hope you get well soon, buddy. Hope I get that sorted out for you. So, if Fish Fam can do anything for you, let us know. We'll have a whip round or whatever needs to be done. And everyone, yeah, I'm sure everyone in the chat and anyone watching who isn't in chat, I'm sending you all our best wishes, regards, thoughts, prayers, etc. And manly man hugs from me. Oh, who's that going over there? Oh, it's just Platty being silly. Yeah, so low blood pressure. I doubt that's something I'll. Yeah, yeah. We got your back, Nathan. Make sure you're better. That's the important thing. If you need to take some time out from doing your streams or your videos, we will all understand. Just pop in occasionally to let everyone know you're okay. That's all we ask. That and that you get yourself sorted, buddy. There's yeah. I don't think I've ever had low blood pressure, so oh, pardon me. I don't think there's very often any blood in my nicotine and caffeine streams, so I wouldn't be surprised if I cut myself. Oh, 60/47. Damn, that is low. That's very low. Yeah. But keep fighting, Nathan. You know you can do it. I'm guessing it's pretty much the opposite advice of what people with high blood sugar or blood pressure get told. Oh, it's really not good when you're yawning throughout your own live stream. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pam. Hopefully my yawning doesn't get you yawning as well. I know the feeling. I'm not sleeping great at the moment, but hey, you've obviously got bigger things on your mind than I have. So, big hugs. Yeah, that's it, Jen. Eat more salt. Yeah. Chunk of cheese and a packet of really salty crisps every day. It's a good way to keep a cramp away as well if you get leg cramps. It's generally low salt in your blood. Yeah, low blood pressure means the heart isn't working right. So yeah, hopefully you can get it sorted and you'll be back to normal. Well, as normal as you ever get, Nathan, you know. Yeah, best of luck, buddy, and do what you can and whatever the doctors tell you to do. It's contrary to what some people believe on Facebook, the doctors do generally know what they're talking about. Yes. That's it. Right, so what else did I have? What did I have written down on my bit of card? Was there anything silly? I went through that. Went through that. Oh, dearie me. Oh, low voltage. Like hook you up to a battery. Stick your fingers in a plug socket. That might work. Only joking. Yeah. What I've taken from this week with Norman: film all your fish, or take lots of pictures of them, so you can remember them later. Yeah. While Norman may be gone, I can always go back and watch the videos and remember him. And then there was something, a random thought that came into my head earlier this week, and I had to scribble it down before I forgot. And this is the top off of a box of glasses cleaning wipes. Don't try Station or Crank. No, definitely not. Sean tried that and it didn't work out too well. I've tried it and it didn't work out too well. Right, so I was thinking, right, you get your water treatment plant. Now the water goes through what is basically a gigantic aquarium filter, comes out the other side. Now I'm guessing I'm assuming there's a pipe or such between where the water's been cleaned and filtered and before they add the chlorine or whatever to it. Now if they had a pipe leading off of that, it hasn't come down from his no. So you've got clean water that hasn't been chlorinated yet. Maybe they could set up a fish breeding farm at the water treatment centres. Now, not necessarily anything too complicated. You know, maybe live bearers of some description. No, just a thought. Something that popped into mind. They wouldn't have to dechlorinate the water, and they could run it into the tubs, ponds, or whatever, and then run the water out of them back through the filters. So the only expenses are going to be a bit of pipe work, a pump, and something to put the fish in. Just a thought that occurred to me randomly. I don't even know what I was thinking about at the time. It just popped into my head. Might even have been a dream. Yeah, so my hair is just a mess. Always has been, always will be. So I'm not particularly worried about it falling out or getting too long or going grey. It's doing all three at the moment. So, I'm not, virtually all this is grey. Warranty is fish tanks for hydroponics. I have thought of that, Michael. All my fish tanks do have live plants in them. There's no plastic plants in any of my tanks. They're all real. Problem being, I like to have lids on all my tanks just to cut down on the evaporation, noise, escapees, because a lot of fish will happily jump And shrimp will crawl out given the chance as well. But yeah, it's something I have thought about. So then it's the light as well. And I've got a fly buzzing around me. It'll probably walk across the camera any moment. Yeah, it's something that crossed my mind, but I haven't really got the set up all the tanks to do it properly. And I don't really have problems with massively high nitrates. If I do, it's generally because the tap water is high in nitrates rather than the fish tanks. Fresh and full. Now it's off to homeless despot. The trash cans attached to the gutters catch all the rainwater. Yeah, when you want. Yep. Did I read it or hear it right? That there are some states or a state in America where it's actually illegal to capture rainwater for yourself. So rain falls on your roof, you have a water butt, it's actually illegal. That just sounds dumb to me. Yeah, fish poo in the water and poo feeds the plants. That's exactly what's happening in all these tanks. I don't add fertilizer to any of them. It's literally just fish poop. Oh. Welcome aboard, Bob. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, no hat today. No hat hair, just bad hair. Hang on, have I got a hat? Have I got a hat nearby? It's definitely too warm to wear the awesome winter hat. There you go, water jug. And that wasn't completely empty. Yeah, I can feel that dribbling down the back of my head. Well, you pay a permit fee for the barrels. Yeah, all that water's going to do is soak into the soil and get used by your grass or whatever plants are between you and the nearest drain or water system. So they're not going to get it. Yeah, it just seems absolutely dumb to me to do that in several states. Yeah. Here we're actually encouraged to have a rainwater butt to water the garden with, so that when in the summer there's a drought, we don't all break up the hose pipes and use the tap water, and then we end up with water shortages. Use the rainwater you got; it's free. The other one, Florida and Oregon. There we go. So the one I do otherwise is when I'm changing the water out the fish tanks, I do pour it on the plants in the garden. And to say they grow rather well. You see if you saw how overgrown it is out there, you'd see what adding maybe 100 litres of fertilised water onto there every week does. The actual reason is just another dumb law. I'm guessing it's probably just a dumb law because the state claims to own all the water, as Michael says. So you can't have it unless you pay for it. It's not like you keep it, it's like you use it and then... So you're catching the water, you're using it, and then you're sending it back. It's not like the water's not like disappearing or being removed from... I don't know. Yeah, prayers from Nathan. Yeah. Sure, everyone's got their fingers crossed he pulls through and gets sorted from that. And his blood pressure comes up, the exact opposite of what most of us would normally say. But there. Oh, and Spruggly's gone, because we could say, wait, hello, Dave. There she is. Dave. Dave, the bristlenose pleco. The female bristlenose pleco. Unlike the water bottling companies, yeah. Yeah, I never understood that. It's natural spring water. It's better for you. What, you mean it's water from a spring that's probably got rotting leaves in it, probably animal poop and pee and dead animals, and Dave's not here, man. Yeah, Dave is here. Dave is right there. Om-and-omming on some algae on the glass, doing what Dave is best at. That and headbutting. It's on my to watch list, Anthony, whichever one it is. Or Ant. This is easier. Yeah, I will be watching that for sure. At the moment, I use my rainwater butts for barrel, whichever you want to call it, for refilling the pond. Evaporation, pond goes down, fill it from the rainwater barrel. The pond's full of rainwater, so no worries about messing up the parameters. But yeah, it's one of those things where if I had a shrimp tank that was Caridina, because I know my tap water is not suitable for Caridina. It's really probably not suitable for Neo Caridina either, but hey, I seem to do well enough in it. I would probably use rainwater and then check the TDS, maybe run it through carbon just to make sure I've got any nasties out. It shouldn't be anything on my roof. Small town, no heavy industry around here. It's all farmland. There shouldn't be much coming off my roof, I wouldn't have thought. So yeah, I'd just run it through a fine filter and then maybe remineralize it if I needed to. Live in Oregon, summertime place. Yeah, I think the trick is probably to have a big tank, bury it where they don't know it is. Lawn needs a water tank, water been a lifesaver. Yep. Like last summer, well, I was out of work, so I had the time to do it. I was the only person around here with green lawns, let's put it that way. And people couldn't understand why, because they never saw me out with a hose pipe or watering can. Yeah, they didn't realise I was pouring my fish tank water onto the lawns and the gardens, and everything was still alive while theirs was dying. So there we go. That's that solution to that problem. Because it's useful water. Tap water generally isn't fully safe for humans. No. I do think in the UK we probably have stricter laws on water quality. I think we've probably got stricter laws on most things like that in the UK. What is it they add? I know they add fluoride, and a small amount of chlorine, not a lot of chlorine, as be said. I'll have to do a test with, have I got any strips? No, next time I've got some test strips, I'll have to do a water test of the tap water with a test strip to see how much chlorine is actually in it. It could be an interesting one to see. They used to put aluminium into the water, aluminium oxide into the water to make it sparkle more, but that got outlawed. Other than that, the only thing is being around here, being rural farmland, we do sometimes get quite high nitrates in the tap water, up to like 100 parts per million. But I'll still stick it in the fish tank anyway. Oh, narcotics bad guys. Yeah, narcotics. It's not just that. That's probably not the worst stuff. It'd be all the chemicals that we pee out and whatever from the various medications we take. There was talk about some of the hormone replacement therapy stuff. I'm fine, not corona. Yeah, some of the female hormone replacement stuff actually changing some of the ingredients. Apparently, some of them were having an effect on the wildlife. Much in the same way as the reason we can't have antibiotics for our fish tanks, because it gets flushed straight into the system. And then you end up with really antibiotic resistant strains of bacteria and stuff. So, you know, that's why we can't have those. Dang, $250 a month. Wowzers. That is a high water price. Admittedly, I live on my own, so my water bill is lower than a household would be. But, you know, I keep 10 fish tanks, so, you know, that's probably the equivalent of another bath, maybe. Yeah, maybe because I have a full bath, so probably another bath a week. But I think my water bill is about £15 a month. Yeah, it would be funny if fish suddenly grew boobs. Yeah, the gators in the sewers in New York suddenly will start getting busty. Or the rats. Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. Yeah, also because I think a lot of it is the area I live in, because it is susceptible to drought. It's not a really rainy area of the UK compared to some, and it's very flat as well, with very absorbent ground. So our local Anglian Water is do a really good job of making sure that any leaks are fixed real quick. They don't waste water, as it were. You know, it's all treated. It's all they are the most efficient water company in the UK for cleaning and reusing water. So our water bill is actually kind of low considering. There are other places other parts of the UK you go where the water bill will be higher. You'd have far worse quality water. I remember where we lived in Wales, every so often the water would come out of the taps red, simply from all the iron oxide in it. Because, yes, old steel pipes or iron pipes. And a good message. Yeah, that is the other thing. If hang on, I'll try to save water. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly you can drop the bills down just by doing little things like that. Yeah, water bill, electric bill, gas bill. You know, just by turning the light out when you leave the room, or turning the heating down 2 degrees. You know, yeah, everything, yeah, freshwater fish full of man-made chemicals. Yep. And you probably find a lot of the sea fish would be the same as well, especially the bottom feeders. There's all that stuff eventually sinks to the bottom. I won't say luckily, but I mean, I tend not to eat too much fish anyway. So I've had bones stuck into my mouth too many times to be overly interested in it, to be honest. You know that feeling when you stick the piece of fish from, you got fish and chips and you cut up the fish and you stick it in your mouth and the bone goes right into the roof of your mouth or in between two teeth and up into your gum. I just get sausages instead now. It's easier. I try and avoid shellfish as well because as much as I love them, I have had food poisoning off of shellfish more than once. And I don't really want to have that again. That's really not fun. And I'm speaking as someone with a bowel problem that I'm used to sitting on the toilet for hours on end, but oh, pardon me. And again. Yeah, it was it was shrimp that did it. Shrimp one time, and well, prawns, same difference. And the other time was mussels. Yeah, I couldn't go I couldn't go vegetalist. I like bacon too much. But again, thankfully, being a rural farm community type area, I mean, there are pig farms just outside of town. So if I buy pork from the local butcher, I've probably seen that pig. Yeah. Yeah, gas station hot dogs, that's pretty much a guarantee. You're going to get gut rot from those, I'd have thought, Michael. They probably sat there barely warm for about 12 hours before you got them. They probably sat there the whole of the previous day and the day before that. So, yeah. There's another reason I won't touch kebabs either. You only eat a kebab when you're drunk, and then when you throw up and get ill, you blame the alcohol. And when you think about it afterwards, you think, maybe it was the kebab that was the problem. So yeah, I avoid that as well. Plus, I keep putting salad on it. Even if you ask for no salad, they put salad on. You say no salad, and you get it, and it's covered in lettuce and stuff. Onions okay, but lettuce and tomato, and you're like, I said no salad. Well, I didn't put any on. What's all this green stuff then? As far as I'm aware, meat shouldn't have green on it. Why are you guys hanging out together in that plant? Looking suspicious. It's the butterfly cichlids. How to get the flu shots. It's the only flu you get a stomach. Oh yeah, stomach flu is not fun either. Been there. Basically raising sewage. Yeah, we're probably back on the older raising fish in the water treatment plant. That's probably what they're doing. They're using them to clean the water and then selling them on to people to eat. So, 2021. Welcome to Caradina virus. I shouldn't joke. You know, it's probably going to happen now, and I'll get the blame for it all. Oh well, at least I'll be famous and hated even more than usual. Yes, giant shrimp. Uh, those ones are actually wild caught. So I've got two of them in there. Achia gabanensis, the giant African wood shrimp, or the vampire shrimp. How they got that name, I don't know. They're filter feeders. Or maybe the jazz hand shrimp, because they sit there doing jazz hands all day long. I suppose what the USA government uses to test fish in water. Yeah. Even they actually test it properly. Wow. Yeah, that's. And wasn't that part of the reason why glowfish were invented? Or so it was easier to test for water quality. If Mandy's still here, she'll know that because she's the glowfish guru. Um, never kept one. Anything I know, I learned from her videos. So I'm not going to repeat parrot fashion. Yeah, just starting to worry me now. A pair of you sat there together when you normally stay the opposite end of the tank. USA uses the elephant nose fish. Yeah, they are very sensitive to parameters. Blowfish uses flashlights. Well, as long as they're not used as flashlights, we'll be all right. That's just a grim thought. Sorry. Yes. Please don't tell me these butterfly cichlids are about to breed. I thought they were like supposed to be like bottom breeders or cave breeders, like rams or apistos, not at the top of a cryptocorini plant. Um, farm raised salmon has only a small amount of omega-3 too. That's got to be purely down to diet. Um, they're just fed food that's going to grow them quickly so they can be sold quickly rather than. Yeah, yeah, fish in electrical fields. That will mess them up. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying in the wild, I mean, a salmon will be eating all sorts of invertebrates and flies and God knows what, and freshwater shrimp and water fleas, and it's going to naturally have more omega-3 in it. It was one thing I think I was reading on, might have been reading on the back of a packet that brine shrimp. One of the reasons brine shrimp is so good as a baby fish food is that it is full of omega-3 fatty acids. So what do I know? Right, so we are at that time again. Those 2 hours have gone by very fast. So if anyone else has any questions for me or any ideas of other fishies I could get either for there or in the other flex with a pair of breeding bristle noses, then let me know now. It was the Cyprichromis lectosoma, which I'll have to look up. Yeah. Use it as fish food or pets. Yeah, I'll keep feeding it to the fish, Michael. I have done the sea monkeys when I was younger, and I've done the triops as well. Now I just use it to feed baby apistogrammas at the moment. or boblets as they're otherwise known. The other one I was thinking is this little tank here, which is rather dark at the moment. Surprised you can still even see into it. Which is home to 4 Celestial Pearl Danios. It's 25 litres, so 6.5 gallon. Do you reckon adding more Danio or more CPDs to that, and then see if I can get them to breed, or switch that for something else as well? Get some giant Danios. So I was thinking of dwarf neon rainbows, Praycocks. Are they Praycocks? Think so. But there, it was one of my ideas anyway, because I know I can get them. It's just a case of finding out what I can actually get. So yeah, I've got several sources. One which is a cichlid specialist, mainly all Africans pretty much. So I just get confused when I see all the pretty fishies and I see all the Latin names, and I don't have a clue what most of them are, or how big they get, or how aggressive they are. So obviously I'd like friendly fishies that don't get much bigger than that, 3 or 4 inches. So any ideas on them, either let me know now or stick it in the comments, or send me a message on Faceache, maybe even Insta Spam, because I do have an Insta Spam. I've never used it, but you know, it's there. So do I have any others? Yeah, Faceache, Massager. Don't bother with Twitter. I've never used it. I even forget the last time I logged into it. So yes, there we are. Glow elephant nose that could filter water. Glow elephant nose. Now that would be cool. That would definitely upset people. That really would upset people. I'd almost upset people as much as me painting a panther tank pink, which I am doing at the moment. Well, it is already pink. I've just got to do the rest of the painting and weathering and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh my God, Mandy, you found that? Wow, there's like one picture on there, which is actually a picture of Pam the Crebensis. It was just like the welcome to Insta Spam. Now put something up. Right there, I put that picture. Right, that's pretty much all I touched. So if anyone's following me expecting loads of cool and interesting stuff, yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, don't expect anything interesting to happen, Mandy. It's going to be a once in a blue moon thing when I think, no, I'll put it up on Facebook. Now I'll put it up on something else as well. So before I start scratching and yawning and farting too much, I will say thank you all for watching. I believe Father Fish is probably on next. If not, somebody else probably is. Stay safe. Enjoy your hobby, either fish keeping or modeling or whatever it might be. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Press the damn button, Sharp.